Right, hello everybody. I've not posted anything on here for a very long time. The reason is that my work has gotten very busy. I've finally broken into the film industry and that has been going really well. I actually did have some work on this done before everything kicked off. And that is what I'm actually going to show you now, because I did nothing in the last, not even sure how long, 7 months, 8 months. But yeah, that's good news, I guess. So let's jump right in. I'll skip the generation so that we don't sit here for ages. I'm going to fix that at some point. Okay, so first thing you'll notice is that the people who were standing outside are no longer there. The reason for that is because I've more or less gotten the trading system and hiring system working. So let's go into the Clever Lion. Right, so the way the tables are laid out is now more random. I figured out a way to make it so that they don't clash with each other and so that they don't always look the same. And you'll notice there's people in here now. I can't select them because they're not mine yet, but I can speak to them or look at their stats. You'll see the price to hire is 100 gold. They've got the equipment listed and it tells you whether they're wounded or not, which is great. And I can either trade, you'll see there's all sorts of nice goodies, or I can speak to the tavern keeper. His name is Horrigon. He says, "Welcome to the Clever Lion, the finest establishment in all of Glarvalrilal. I take it you are the one the king has tasked with calming these lands, so the settlers could get on with the job of settling. How can I be of service? I have information about what is going on in the vicinity, which I have not actually implemented yet. I have some useful items for sale, and I also know a few people who may come in handy to complete whatever quests you need doing." So if you say what's going on, that doesn't actually work yet because I have to make it so that all the sites around are collated in a file somewhere. And since I haven't done sites yet, I can't do that yet. So that doesn't work. Clicking does nothing. But if I asked him about mercenaries, he says, "If you need adventurers, please speak to the people in my establishment. They may be fresh-faced, but they come highly recommended." And if I ask for some equipment, we go to the trading screen. So, first things first, let's speak to this guy. "Well met, sir. My name is Merian. I am a warrior. I can use this javelin or any weapon you would prefer. You can have me for just 100 gold. So let's get him. Rethor. There's Rethor. Hand crossbow. Maybe later. Let's see what you are. He's also got a... that's not useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add him to my party. And at the moment, if you go out and you go back in, there's always 3 people that you can hire. That probably will change because that's a little bit weird. But let's see. Okay, I may have to start over here. Right, so I've just regenerated the world and come back into the tavern because I want to show some melee fighters as well. And luckily this time we actually do have a melee fighter. So I will talk to him. "Lithia, my spear is at your disposal. Join me, yeah." My hand crossbow and hand crossbow. So again, I've got mostly ranged people for some reason. I'm just going to add them to the party. Oop. And then I can show you some stuff that I've done with the graphics. They now run. Agon, Stia, and Lithia. The other thing that is now available is trade. So you see I've got 60 gold, and There's some shoddy clothes, some useless silk gloves, crude quilted hose, some useless leather boots. So let's quickly see. Oops. What I did was press escape, which went to the main menu, which meant I had to load the thing again. I will fix that at some point. It's not going to work that way. But now that I've come back, there are 3 new people, because it always keeps at least 3 people that you can hire in the place. But that's okay. Let's see what he's got for sale. Trade. He has a shoddy hood. Ooh, shoddy is better than crude. I will buy that. Shoddy gloves. I'll buy that. Can't use a shield. Ooh, shoddy leather boots. And I can afford it. Nice. So what I want is my spear wielder. You can see it's a 2-handed thing. So he can't, or she can't use a shield, but I'm going to give her all the nice shoddy equipment. And crude silk. So I've got crude silk gloves, crude shoes, and a useless hood. Crude hood, that's good. Okay, so let's see. Shoes, useless shoes, crude shoes. So they're going to get the crude shoes. And I've got gloves, crude and useless. So I will bring that up to crude. And then let's just trade that back to the trader. Useless gambeson sleeves. Gambeson is better than just long sleeves. So maybe that would be worth... But it is useless. So I'm not sure if that's actually going to be better than crude long sleeves. So let's leave that for now. Get all my people. Go to outside. Now let's see if we can find ourselves a goblin. Yeah. Since I've got ranged people, be nice. There we go. Ooh, that was nice and quick. No one even got hurt. Another crude spear. That's useful. What's happened to these? Oh, they got stuck on each other. The pathfinding is still rudimentary. So I will also fix that at some future time. But I keep messing with the pathfinding and I keep not doing other things I should be doing because I'm messing with the pathfinding. But that's fine. I just need to find some more enemies. What I want to show you is the wound system, because this game works on a wounding system. So if you get a certain number of wounds or a certain type of wounds, it's more likely that you will die. But you also bleed, and if you bleed too much, you also die. So there's more than one way to kill characters. And at the moment, the bleeding I can help, we can fix. The wounds we can't yet. Ah, there we go. There's another little victim. Come on, hit me. And he misses. Yay, he's got a minor wound. And another minor wound. Okay, so 2 minor wounds. Firstly, I say order bind wounds. Now, these little numbers that you see going up now is his blood level. When you get a certain wound, you start bleeding a certain amount. With a minor wound, it is not a lot. And if you bind the wound, then the bleeding stops and you start building up again. Let's just get Agon out here so we can look at his stats. Oops. So Usually it just shows you equipment and says you are not wounded, but he is now wounded. His torso is bruised in a neat spot, and his torso is bruised in a neat spot. So he's got 2 bruises on his torso. At the moment, those cannot be undone in any way. I'm going to make it so that minor wounds like bruises and scratches and shallow cuts will heal by themselves, but serious wounds or mortal? I can't remember what the other one is now. But those 2 will not heal by themselves, and you'd have to get yourself a healer, which obviously I don't have yet. I don't have anything like that implemented yet. Healing and magic. There's nothing for it yet. Let me think, is there anything else? I would like to see a few better wounds though. They got stuck again. There we go. Ooh, that'll give a couple of wounds. Let's just make sure there's nothing else around. Attack! Ooh, serious wound. Don't die, don't die! A minor wound. Another wound. Ah, excellent. Okay, so firstly you can see the number going down and down. 15, 14, 1300. So bind wounds. And now you'll see it slowly start ticking up again. In the meantime, I can see what other... Ooh, his torso is sliced open. That must have been the serious wound. His leg is bruised across its width. His leg is lightly sliced, just breaking the skin. That's a minor wound as well. His leg is cut, severing muscles. Ooh, that's a serious wound. Oh. It seems some of the wounds have not stayed. Oh, this is Lithia. Oh, I thought it was Agon again. All right. Okay. His conditions have not disappeared. Lithia, for some reason, charged the beast. Oh, why is she using a crude spear now? Oh, Agon was never Agon was never supposed to charge the goblin. He is not a melee fighter. He is a crossbowman. Idiot. Okay, but that at least shows you that there's quite a bit of a variation in wounds that can be gotten. Serious wounds will very quickly start becoming fatal. I think something like 5 or 6 serious wounds could probably kill you, if not less. I don't know. Minor wounds take quite a lot to kill you, if they ever do, except for bleeding. And obviously, critical is the other one. Critical wounds. They could kill you outright if it's on the right part of the body. That is the other thing that I wanted to show. So, Lithia, you can give them orders, not just to bind their wounds, but also to target a specific body part. If the targeting is cleared, they will randomly decide which body part to attack, but it will favor the torso, which is an easier target to hit, but is usually slightly less lethal if you get a critical wound. A critical wound to the head, I think, almost always kills you. A critical wound to the torso only kills you about something like 20% of the time. And critical hits to the arms and legs, I want that to mean that they chop off that limb, which will mean that I will want that to actually mean something in the game. If it chops off a leg, they have to start hopping. If they chop off the other leg, they can't move anymore and sort of lie down on the floor. If they chop off an arm, then the weapon or shield that was in that arm is no longer usable. And obviously if they chop off the head, that's death. But that's still to be done. I haven't done anything like that yet. They do target body parts, but the all that means is that the description of the wound includes which body part is injured. I think that is more or less it for what's new, what has been changed. Ooh, I'm not gonna go mess with Kiefor the beast. Lizard thing. Dino, whatever. The thirsty duckling. Let's see if I can sell some. Ugh, useless club. That's useless. Crude spear and a crude spear. That's quite nice. 24 gold. Let's see. Shoddy leather gloves. Too expensive. Shoddy long sleeves. That's useful. Oh, yeah, can't afford any of that. Ooh, shoddy gambeson. That's really nice. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I probably won't get anything done in a while because I'm back at work on Monday and that will take up all my headspace. But I will come back to this as soon as I have time. See you all later.